Hey Dylan, how was your summer?
Yeah, it was good. Thanks, Ted.
Hey, so what do you think you guys gained from that late season run and just last season in general? What do you think you guys learned to carry over into this season?
Well, I think going through that, we talked about it at the end of the year a lot. It stung for a little bit and a while, to be honest with you, and it was extremely hard to get over that. But I think we found out what we had in our room with our guys. We battled hard. We came up short though, and we came up short by 1 point. And you learn how valuable every point is. And sometimes when you're not feeling your best on the road, long trip, whatever it is, we showed ourselves last year with through adversity that what winning hockey looks like for us. And mucking it up, winning a point when we maybe don't deserve it. And I thought you saw growth in everyone, and growth as a team, growth from our young players. And then we made some adjustments, some new additions that I think will really complement our team and complement our team game as well.
Oh, just one last one. How do you like this roster? How does it look to you? How is it different from last year?
Well, I think you look at who we added, and I guess the guys that aren't here, we kind of replaced many of them, and we got a lot of new faces again, which I think is always a little bit of a challenge, but I think that's why Traverse City is so important. And getting the guys together, making everyone feel comfortable. And you look at the guys we added, they kind of bring maybe a little bit more youth and a little bit of the same roles of guys we lost. So I'm expecting that we have a hard October, but we're going to have a great camp and hopefully hit the ground running.
Appreciate this, Dylan. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Ted.
Max Boltman.
Hey, Dylan, you talked about some of those lessons from last season. I'm curious, did you notice a difference in the energy here today as you guys get started?
Yeah, I did. I noticed. Obviously, we had a couple of the young players out there with us, and I noticed obviously look, watching Copper and Rass and Fish play together. We saw them build chemistry last year and be a good grind line for us and match up well and dominate in a cycle game. So it was good to see those guys out there together. Some of the younger players look really good. They look ready to make a statement. And I think it was there's a lot of, it's like the first day of school, but there's some jitters. So I think it was good just to get on the ice up here and some guys feeling it out. But I was very impressed with the intensity, and I thought the older guys, Ben Sherrod, Jeff Petrie, myself, Lucas, Alex, trying to push the battle and the intensity a little higher than what we've had in the past.
And then, you, Lucas, and DeBrincat finished the year together. What do you think worked well for you guys down the stretch, and how much better is it to kind of start this year with some of that established chemistry with the three of you?
Yeah, we had a good start last year as well, and then we had a good finish. And I think we were a line that no matter what was going on, we always knew that we could go back to it wherever the coaches felt the lines could play out. But I thought our finish, everyone saw the step Lucas took, and Alex, I think he had a little bit of a struggle there, in March, but in April, we all bought in, and that's something back to Ted's first question is the buy-in towards the end of the year. Guys playing through injuries, guys laying it all out there. The focus when we went on the road within the team. There's some guys that didn't have that, and that was addressed in the off season, and we got a ton of guys that are committed. All of the guys that are here, are committed, and I thought Alex's game was that towards the end of the year, and we just clicked. We scored on the rush. We matched up well against other teams, and I think we won a lot of we were plus coming out of a lot of those games, and that was big for our team.
And then last thing for me, obviously, Murit's not here today. What has that been like for you guys? And I guess kind of how strange is it to not have him around? I don't think he's missed a game yet in his career.
Yeah, it is strange. I think that's his situation, but I know he wants to be here, but it's between him, his agent, and Steve, and the guys understand that, but also we're here to get back to work and start building towards October 10th, and that's when we play the Pittsburgh Penguins. So we obviously he's a huge part of our team, and we need him, but that's between him. So it is strange not having him. I'm hoping that we're all hoping that it can get done pretty soon.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Helene?
Dylan, what's the potential you see with if Tarasenko and Kane end up on the second line together, the kind of punch that they can provide?
Yeah, I didn't watch much of the first bit of the playoffs, but obviously watched a lot of the finals and later rounds. And I watched Florida play, and Vladdy stuck out to me, just his commitment and how hard he played. He was playing in I believe on their third line, and he's finishing his checks. You could just see his will to win. And talking to Kaner this summer, he mentioned that to me about him, and I've known him a little bit just through different NHL events, and he's a really great guy. He's a very talented player, two-time Stanley Cup champion for a reason. So it's a huge addition. I think him and Kaner can really click with Kaner's playmaking ability and Vladdy's finishing, and also Vladdy's forecheck. He can get on pucks and be very hard to play against. So I'm very excited to watch that line, and how it goes throughout the season, and even the chance to have him in our top 6, top 9, where guys are moving around, even the chance of maybe playing with him at some point. You never know, but just a great addition to our forward group.
With the young guys, Brunswick, Newgore is out there, Casper, Danielson. How important is it you guys have that push from below as well?
Yeah, it is, and obviously it's we haven't been in a position the last really since Steve got here where we've been stocking up on draft picks and valuing those draft picks where we keep them at the trade deadline and different scenarios. And to see those guys now coming into camp and trying to fight for spots is very exciting for myself as an older player now. And everyone, most young guys now have a lot of talent and skill, and it's just it's good to see, and they look good. They've come in great shape, and I think they're here to make a statement, and it's noticeable.
Lastly, just are you in contact much with Moritz?
I've talked to him. Obviously, he was one of my good close friends, so we've talked, and I'd like to. Yeah, I've talked to him.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah.
Sam Stockton?
Dylan, what for you, both individually and as a collective, are the most important things to accomplish during these first couple days of camp?
Well, I think it's there's a lot of layers to that, but just really try to get the legs going. Build chemistry with your teammates, line mates, make everyone feel comfortable as the captain. Try and get the guys together for golf or dinner, whatever it may be, and just really have a positive day and try and set the example out there. So that's been my focus here this week, and today was a great start.
Mm-hmm. And you've kind of touched on this already, but as far as the way you're approaching this season, to what extent do you feel like you're trying to kind of build off and be motivated by the disappointment of the very end of last season versus kind of starting fresh with a new group this time around?
Yeah, I think for myself, I still would like to still pushing myself to see if, you know, I know I have a next level, and I would like to see what I can do. If, you know, I'd like to be a dominant player like I have been when I'm healthy, and that's a big thing for me is staying healthy this year, and you know, trying to dominate and not do too much with saying that, but just play my game and you know, be a good playmaker, someone that makes everyone around me better.
Thank you.
Answer?
Yeah, hi, Dylan. The power play made some strides last year, but you did lose some key pieces in the offseason. Can you just speak to to what you have to do to kind of maintain the improvement that you showed last year and some of the keys to the power play?
Yeah, we did, but like I said in Ted's first question, there is we brought in some pieces though, and we brought in Eric Gustafson's a great power play. He runs a great power play, and Vlad Tarasenko's good. We got Chase on here on a PTO. He's probably the best net front guy I've played with as a bumper. You know, that's another option, and DP was great on the power play as well. But Alex and Lucas are more than capable of playing that spot. So I think it's just about, and then we have one of the best passers to play the game in Patrick Kane. So the pieces are there. It's just about you know, getting us in the right spots and seeing how that works out through camp, and then hitting the ground running. And you know, I think the core pieces of our power play are still intact, and you know, I'm very excited for that.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah.
Connor, you're good?
Hi, Dylan. You mentioned your health earlier, and I'm curious, when you're coming into a season where last year you went through a couple of big injuries, how does that affect your off-season training and how you approach the off-season?
Yeah, you know, I didn't approach the off season. I actually probably was a little bit more intense this summer, but you know, I think it just kind of approach it the same every year. I've you know, been around for a little bit now and know what my body needs, and really it's just it's about you know, maintenance throughout the year, putting yourself in a good spot on the ice, not or I guess not putting yourself in a bad spot. So that's really what it is. And then there's obviously some luck factor to that. So I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I feel that you know, I've been knock on wood, very healthy throughout my career, and I would like to stay that way. It's just the small stuff, and you know, I'm more than capable of playing through it. But you know, hopefully it's you know, just a good year.
And then in sort of a similar way, I saw Billy Husso was training with you and another group in Plymouth over the summer. What did you see out of him this summer? And I guess, what does he look like out there right now?
Yeah, Husso looks really good. He's really committed, and obviously had a tough stretch last year. So I've seen you know, he's really dialed it in. He's worked really hard this summer. I know he's in Finland for a little bit, skating with some of the you know, best goalies in the world there, and they were training together. And then he came over to Detroit and looked really good in our skates. So I'm excited for him, and you know, all of our goalies look good right now.
Thanks, Dylan.
Bob Duff?
Dylan, you've touched on, some of the new guys who are coming in that can help offset the goals that you lost. Is another way to offset that just to be a better defensive club?
Yeah, that is a focus. That's obviously been a focus today at day one of camp is the defensive side, and some key adjustments, some minor adjustments, but I think they're going to be really key so we can be better boxing out in front of our net and make quicker stops and exit quicker, so then we can play more offense. And I think that's what all the best defensive teams in the league, the hard nights, they're big, strong defensemen in the corner that cross check and make it hard on the forwards. And I think we're trying to adopt that and trying to build that into our game throughout camp is something I'm really excited for.
And you also touched on the tough October you guys have in terms of the schedule. I mean, it might seem from the outside be a little ridiculous to be talking about not getting off to a great start, but the fact of the matter is, in today's NHL, if you start falling behind quickly, it's hard to make up ground.
Well, I mean, they're just, yes and no, but, I think we've already been talking about it, and that's a great thing. We're gonna be, I know after today and talking with Newsy, before camp and talking to the guys, we're here to get ready for it. And the last 2 years, we got off to great starts. We've had great camps, and it's led into October. So, we're excited. We're excited to get back to Little Caesars Arena and play in front of our fans. I can't tell you how many times I thought about that, our last home game against Montreal, and watched the video of Lucas scoring, with the net pulled and the goalie pulled, and that atmosphere was the best it's been since the building opened, and I've played a game there. So I've talked to a lot of our fans. They're excited for us to be back. So I expect our fans, I'm hoping our fans can like they were last year, be there for us and be excited as we are.
Thanks, Dylan.
Last question will be Kevin Allen.
Hey, Dylan. I'm guessing you probably knew what Patrick Kane was thinking before he announced his decision. But, around the league, that was sort of taken as a real vote of confidence for the Red Wings. Guys in Kane's position, usually only want to stay with teams they think, can contend. How would you describe what he means, not only on the ice, but kind of off the ice, to have a guy like Patrick Kane say, hey, look, I want to be with the Detroit Red Wings?
Yeah, it means a lot. And, Kaner, I'm sure you'll talk to him today, and he's very well spoken. He's very professional. When he speaks up in our room, and to be honest with you, before playing with him last year, I didn't know he was like that, but he will stand up, and he will say things, and when he talks, people listen. Obviously, he's earned that in this league, and especially with our team. So to see that he wanted to come back and know that he had a summer, a full summer of training, he's going to get a full camp in. I'm very excited for him. I know he's motivated for more. He loves hockey. He loves the game. He's motivated to make the US team. I'm sure of that. I haven't talked to him about that, but someone like him deserves to be on that team, and probably be the captain of that team. So that is something that I'm sure he'll expecting him to be a big impact player like he was last year.
And then a final question. You've watched the development of Simon Edmondson, and last season, as you guys were really gearing up and playing your best hockey, he came into the lineup and looked pretty good there. What do you expect from him this season?
Yeah, I was very impressed with him when he came in, and I think that he came in and played great defensively, and the numbers weren't crazy, but he just focused on playing D, and immediately came in and bought into us winning and helping us make the playoffs, and I really respected that out of him, and I've noticed him come in. He's come in great shape, and he looks really good. He obviously always looks good as a 6'6" guy that can skate like that, but I think he's gonna be someone that we're really gonna look to and rely on to play some big minutes.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.